Run, Walk, Run has a lot of benefits for runners, but we can lose some of those benefits if we're making mistakes, not sticking to our principles of Run, Walk, Run. So I want to talk about the 5 most common mistakes that I see, what you can do about them so you can run smarter, not harder, stay strong, stay healthy, and have fun. Welcome to Ageless Runner. I'm Ralph. Now, before we jump into the mistakes, we got to remind ourselves what are the benefits of Run, Walk, Run. There's really 2 that I see, 2 really key ones. One, of course, that I call conservation of energy, less fatigue. Because we're getting these walk breaks. The second big benefit is less likely to injure ourselves. Again, we're taking these walk breaks, we're resting a little bit, we're less likely to hurt ourselves. So these mistakes can negate some of those benefits. For example, mistake number 1 is walking too fast. If you walk too fast, you're not getting that rest. Again, when we walk, we allow our muscles to recover a little bit. Our body processes a little bit of lactic acid, which helps recovery. But if you're walking really fast, even lightly jogging, you're not going to get that. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, Ralph, I'm doing a race. I'm going to try and set a new PR. I'm going to walk really fast. That's fine. Again, you know the trade-offs. You know, if you walk really fast, you may risk your energy level later in the race. But that's okay. You're a smart runner. You can make that decision. But if you're just doing a normal training run, normal training race, don't walk too fast. It should be a comfortable pace. So when people ask me, well, how fast should I walk? I always give the example of being in the airport where I got to get to my next gate. But I got plenty of time. There's no issue in getting to the gate. I just want to walk there and get there so I know I'm there. So I'm not going to hurry. I'm not going to stroll either because I want to get to my gate and see where it is. So I'm purposely walking. A comfortable pace, letting the people in a hurry zoom on by me, but I'm walking at a relaxed, easy pace to get to my gate. That's kind of the pace you want to do when you're walking during a walk break. Now, mistake number 2 is not using a timer or sticking to your intervals. You know, you can't go out there and say, well, I think it's been a minute. I'm going to take a walk break. That's not going to work. You're going to be wrong most of the time. And certainly don't wait to take a walk break when you think you're starting to feel tired and need one. Well, then you're going to get behind the curve. So the big fix for that is to use an interval timer, and they make them for phones where they have Android or an Apple phone. They make interval timers. My Garmin Forerunner running watch has one built into it that I use. But get an interval timer, stick to it. Stick to those intervals. So mistake number 3 is not choosing the right ratio for your fitness level. By ratio, we mean run time divided by walk time. So if I run 60 seconds and walk 30, that's 2 to 1, 60 divided by 30. So if we think about Run, Walk, Run, we have 2 extremes of ratios. We have a 0 ratio. 0 ratio means I never run, I just walk. And at the 0 ratio, we just walk. That's the lowest rate of energy burn we're going to have because we're walking the whole time. We're going to burn a lot less energy walking than we are running all the time, which is the other extreme ratio. The extreme ratio is infinite because we run and don't walk. So we have an infinite ratio of run divided by walk time. So when I'm running all the time, I'm burning my highest rate of energy, most likely to hurt myself. So the right ratio for you is somewhere between 0 and infinite. And where you are in there depends on your fitness level. If you're a new runner, I generally suggest kind of looking at maybe a 1-to-1 ratio. That's a great way to start. You know, run 30 seconds, walk 30 seconds. Run 15 seconds, walk 15 seconds. That's a great way to start. And as you get stronger and you get more confident and you build up your fitness level, start to increase that ratio. Now, I generally recommend not ever going over 6-to-1 ratio because once you start getting over 6-to-1, now you're getting in the territory of why even bother walking? Because over 6-to-1, it's more like you're running all the time. I know it seems different because you're telling yourself, I run 6 minutes and walk for a minute, but believe me, that's more mimicking full-time running than using a lower interval. So don't go above 6-to-1. I like 4-to-1. I use a 4-to-1 interval. I run for 2 minutes and walk for 30 seconds. So the stronger you get, the higher your interval can be, but if you're a new runner, stick closer to that 1-to-1. Now, mistake number 4 is skipping walk breaks because I'm feeling really strong. I don't need to take a walk break. Well, the problem with that is you skip too many walk breaks. Now you're starting to act like you're running all the time, and you're not going to get the rest. You're going to build up lactic acid and not clear any of it out of you. So don't really skip walk breaks. Now, I'll admit in the beginning of a run, when it's cold out, I'll skip a couple of walk breaks because I'm trying to get warm as quickly as I can. But in general, don't skip them. Stick to your intervals. You know, use your interval app. Stick to those intervals, and that'll help keep you consistent and get those breaks in to help you recover and process that lactic acid. Now, maybe one reason you're running is you'd like to do a long race. You've got this goal in mind of running a marathon and a half marathon. And so mistake number 5 relates to you people that are practicing for a race is practice your interval strategy and your interval times before race day. Don't do one thing during practice and something different on race day. For a long race, for example, you might say at the long race, I'm going to start out at a higher ratio. Maybe I'll start out that 5-to-1, 6-to-1 because I know I'll be fresh. I can do that. And as the race gets on, you decrease that ratio. I do that a lot on a long run. I'll start with a little lower walk time, with higher ratio, As the run progresses and I start to get tired, I'll increase that walk time a little bit. But you should have all that worked out before race day. You should have done some practice runs, doing your ratio, run walk interval times before you ever get to race day. So there you have it. Those are the most 5 common mistakes that I see from, comments and feedback on my channel. They're all very easily fixable. I want you to get the most benefits you can out of Run, Walk, Run. So think about those mistakes. Make sure you're not making them. Use them to your benefit. I want you to keep running for a lot of years. Not only do a long run a long distance, but I want you to run for a lot of years, and sticking to Run, Walk, Run and avoiding those mistakes will help you do that. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you would scroll down, hit that like icon, because they really help me, my mood and everything. They really help my channel. And if you're new here, I'd love to keep sharing tips and information with you in the future. Please click that subscribe button. Stay strong, stay healthy, and happy running.